Cloudburst in that report. What exactly is a cloudburst?
So basically, it's an intense downpour within very suddenly and massive amount of rainfall in a small area suddenly. And the term they use is 100 millimeter in an hour. But this is widely used in the Indian subcontinent, not elsewhere so much maybe.
Okay, and talk about the vulnerability of this region to these really heavy downpours because of the topography.
So topography and the cloudburst thing, as we were talking earlier. So, the story has moved a bit further than that. What I'm hearing from experts is, that might not be the case because the data doesn't suggest that was so intense, the rainfall was. And I was checking at the Indian Met Department's data at that particular location, and I'm seeing that it was not that big either. So the question is, why? What happened then?
So what did happen then?
Yes. So in that, I'm now answering your question. So the topography comes in there. So, it's a mountainous region, as you can imagine, Himalayas, which are already so exposed now in the wake of global warming. All these glaciers are vanishing. Not just the glaciers, but the permafrost, the underground, frozen ground, they are now kind of melting. So as a result, all these mountains are quite vulnerable, exposed. So a slight trigger, you see, for example, earthquakes or even rainfall can unleash all this kind of disaster.
So you're very clearly linking this to global warming, to climate change. What is India doing to try to address these vulnerabilities in this region?
Well, it kind of differs place to place. So, for example, in some places where there are glacial lakes, they're trying to identify. Now, in this place, for instance, the State Disaster Management Authority says there are more than 1,200 glacial lakes. And then out of that, more than 12 are in critical state, quite dangerous. So they're trying to put alert warnings and all that. But the thing is, again, the trick here, the challenge here is, where is it going to come down from? You see, it's just an entire range that's exposed. And that's why experts are saying you need to identify those locations where you have downstream settlements or critical infrastructure like hydro dam or people's settlement or bridges and so on and so forth. Is that happening? Well, that is something not happening by and large, and that needs to happen.
Okay, Navin, thank you very much. Navin Singh Khadka.